morning, good Erev Shabbos to everyone. You are listening to Table for Two with Naomi Nachman on the Nachum Segal Network. Our show is sponsored by Abeles and Heymann. We taste better. And welcome to season 3. 3, there you go. I was holding up 2 fingers. It's not 6. It's 3. We're very excited to be here. ZK and I have not seen each other since our live show in Gomegla. We're really excited to be back. So it's another amazing season that we've got lined up for everyone. But first, a little bit about me. For all the people who are just tuning in for the first time, I'm Naomi Nachman. I'm about all the food, all the time. I love food. I love to shop for it, cook it, eat at restaurants, anything food related. I'm a kosher personal chef. My business is called the Aussie Gourmet. And anytime you don't feel like cooking, give me a call. I cater for people for Shabbos, Yom Tov, Rosh Hashanah, Sukkot, hint, hint. And I love to travel. My show's a lot about, I call it my kosher food traveling. It's probably not the best grammar, but I really love to travel and find out all the kosher restaurants in the neighborhood. I love to cook. So if you have something that you've cooked, let me know about it. I love to hear about people's cooking adventures as well as my own. So give me an email. Send me an email, naomi@nachumsegal.com. You can join me on Facebook at the Aussie Gourmet, on Twitter and Pinterest and Instagram. So, follow along with me and I'll share some stuff with you, and you, of course, will share something back with me. I had an absolutely incredible summer. I spent the first 3 weeks of the summer in Australia. I did a great interview with some ladies who wrote a cookbook, which I'll be playing in the next couple of weeks. And I also ate at incredible restaurants and ate some incredible meals, and I'll be sharing that with you through between now and I guess Yom Kippur, when we'll take a little hiatus for Sukkot. But today we have an amazing show because I don't want to go too much details about my summer plans, my previous plans from the summer, but I just want to share a couple of very exciting things with my amazing guests that we have here in the show. Just now, a little word from Kol Foods. Kol Foods, spelled K-O-L, puts the glut kosher meat and ethics on the same plate. Kol Foods make sure its meat is in harmony with nature, neighbours and tradition, all the way from farm to fork. Their beef and lamb are 100% grass-fed and grass-finished, and none of their animals are injected with hormones. So I'm sure that you will agree if you try their delicious products such as lamb chops or duck breasts. Their results are humane and delicious. You can get more information at kolfoods.com. So I'd like to welcome, we have 4 guests today. The first of being, I'm going to just introduce everyone. Everyone can have a shout out hello, and then we'll just schmooze with everyone as we go along. I've got the owner and sponsor of our show, Abeles and Heymann. We have Seth Leavitt sitting right next to me.
Good morning.
Hey, how you doing?
Good Shabbos to everybody.
Thank you for joining me on a Friday morning. It's always a little crazy.
You're very welcome. It's a pleasure to be here.
And Seth has got some great new products, which I thought this is going to be, even though people think summer is over, it's really not over. To me, it's barbecue season and meat season on the grill is never really over unless your barbecue is stuck shut with ice.
You are correct, and I think that this year we're very fortunate in that the holidays fall out so late, so there's an extension of summer. Yeah. And we're going to be able to grill all the way through the end of September. And
you know what I do even, Seth, on Sukkot? We do barbecue for lunch on Sukkot.
So even into October.
Everybody's laughing. There is always one of my meals, even in the rain. Once a couple of years ago, it was slightly raining on Sukkot, and I still barbecued. I've got one of those barbecues I got from AHC Appliances a couple of years ago, and my plumber, who ran a gas line for me into my house. I give you a shout out, Menachem Sofa. He came to me very quickly on Erev Yom Tov when I got my barbecue, and I said, "Can you please set this up so I can run it over Sukkah?" So I had my barbecue running for 2 days with a gas line through my house. So it was nice that we could barbecue just about everything on Yom Tov. So that was really nice. So you've got some great new products. You can think about doing a barbecue on Sukkot or this weekend, because we've also got a great group of gentlemen over here. I don't know if we can see everybody. Okay, I have Warren Rockmacher and I have Don Sharbin sitting over there. They are the executive co-executive chairman of the Connecticut Southern. You guys say it.
Southern New England Kosher Barbecue Championship and Festival.
Woo! Right. That's this Sunday.
In Fairfield, Connecticut.
That's this Sunday, 2 days from now. We're going to chat with you guys. And, of course, can we just switch the camera a little bit over to Stephen Weinberger, a.k.a. Fleish. Gordon, how are you, Stephen?
Fine, thank you.
Thank you so much for coming in today. I know everyone had to kind of rearrange schedules first week of school, so we really appreciate everyone coming in. You see Stephen is in his costume. For those of you who are watching us, as well as listening, you can watch us on NachumSegal.com anytime, but you can also go to our YouTube channel under Nachum Segal Network. Nachum Segal Net, right? It's Nachum Segal Net on YouTube, and you can watch the shows anytime you want on the Nachum Segal Net channel. So you'll see Fleish Gordon in his get-up, and he's going to explain to us his whole little thing that he's got going there. But first we're going to talk to our friend, our sponsor, who's cooked up some delicious, amazing, I don't even know what that is. You're gonna
Cognac salami. Firstly, I just want to present you. We came out with some new hats this year.
Ooh.
We have a snapback hat, which is what all the kids are wearing.
Ooh, all the
and
kids.
That's why I'm giving it to you, because you're still a kid.
Oh, you bet. Okay, I'm going to wear it. I'm going to put it on. I don't think it's going to fit over my earphones. Okay, I'm going to hold it up. We got that on the screen. Okay, it's with the Abeles and Heymann logo. It's a nice red cap, and I happen to be wearing red today, so
it matches perfectly.
That matches perfectly. So when I go out of here and I take the headset off, I will put on the cap. Thank you very much. And I'm actually going to present you with something because you've been an incredible sponsor.
Thank you.
And for all our guests as well, you're going to be receiving an apron from Table for Two with Naomi Nachman on the Nachum Segal Network. Do we get a shot of that, ZK? These white aprons are great for when you barbecue. You can think of our awesome shows and stay clean at the same time. And they were made by OK Uniforms right here on the Lower East Side, okuniforms.com.
That's great.
So, yeah.
Thank you so much.
They will keep us all nice and clean while we cook, because I'm terrible. I never wear my aprons, and I'm ruining my clothes. My husband says, no more dry cleaning. You're getting some aprons. So I reached out to our friend Abeles Cohen, and he made me these gorgeous aprons. So thank you very much. Okay, what have we got going?
Well, we have a lot going. At Abeles and Heymann, we just love tinkering with different things, different spices, different flavors. Earlier this summer we came out with two very successful products, a beer-flavored hot dog and a whiskey-flavored hot dog.
Can we grill some of those up?
We can grill everything up. We decided to wait until the end of the summer to come out with the newest item that's available now, and it's a cognac-flavored salami with peppercorn. And one of the things that we did, and we can grill some up, we had grilled some up already, but just to let the audience know how simple and easy this dish is to make, you basically just take the salami.
Okay. It
has a nice, rich flavor from the cognac spicing, and it has a hint of heat that hits you after you take a bite. And when you add some duck sauce or apricot sauce to it, and you put it on a frying pan or on your grill if you're outside for the remainder of the season, it takes a few minutes to heat up. The sauce caramelizes from the heat, and you get a nice crunchy, sweet, and spicy salami.
Oh, that smells great.
We've made up some, and we're going to show you how simple it is by putting some more pieces on the small grill
for our viewers at home who can watch, or you can watch afterwards. But if you're just listening along, I'm going to describe the scene here in the studio. We have a tiny little, I would call this mini George Foreman grill. It's really small. It's maybe a foot.
Right, not even. Maybe
not
9
even
inches.
A foot. 9 inches by, say, 4 inches. It's really cute and tiny. Great for kosher food traveling if you're going on vacation somewhere.
It really is.
Just grab some Abeles and Heymann hot dogs and this little thing, and you can set it up in your hotel room. This is actually made by Procter & Silas. I'm sure you can get it on Amazon.
Right.
And Seth has just smeared some
duck
sauce, and oh my gosh!
And I have some product that's it smells delicious. I have some product that's already that we cooked in advance, and you can see where, if you are able to point the camera, you can
Okay, so it looks very nicely caramelized. It's got a nice glaze. I'm actually going to be the first one to take a bite at 9 o'clock on Friday morning. You all know, if you watched our show before, that I don't mind eating meat any time of the day. So, we're going to pass it around because I've got a table full of people who really love and appreciate meat. We've got Fleish Gordon, and we've got Warren, and we've got Don over there. Okay, everyone's going to get a piece, and we're going to try and
what's
enjoy.
funny is I had this yesterday. I had this last night. We had a block party
That's so cute.
on my block. We have a lot of new people that moved in, and
so adorable.
we decided let's all meet each other, and how better to meet each other than over a hot dog.
That's really nice.
So a shout out to the Englewood community and the
very
people on
nice.
Sunset and Jones.
Okay, very nice.
And that's what we did. We made hot dogs, and we grilled some salami with some apricot sauce on it. We used the cognac flavored salami. And you got, we're getting thumbs up in the audience. You
can talk, guys. You can say something.
Can?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Thank you so much.
Want to see if we can add it to the barbecue menu.
I'd love to see it on the barbecue menu.
This is amazing.
Yeah, it is. It really is.
It
does.
It really does.
Wow.
It's mild, but you taste
Sweet heat.
the sweet and you taste the heat. So it complements each other. The heat and the spice, the sweet and the spice complement one another so nicely.
Oh my God.
And this is going to be, we project that this is going to be an outstanding item over the winter when
Yes.
people are looking for something different than, our salamis are great, but, they're looking for a variety. They're looking for something different. So this is really something truly
and
different.
I would imagine, Seth, that I learnt this from you, to hang these.
Yes.
Do we have the string?
All of our salamis come with
Gonna
string.
keep eating.
So you're able to buy them, take them home, hang them up for a couple of weeks. Make sure you have a well-ventilated room so that the air circulates around the product so it can continue to dry. The moisture evaporates, bringing out more of the flavor of the meat and the spice. And you just get a really, really nice product. And especially if you put that on the grill, that's just delicious as well.
Okay, that is really... sure.
Quick, I've never heard of processed hanging in why
Really?
hanging it in your house. No,
Oh.
it usually just ends up in the fridge in the meat drawer of the fridge. So you're saying hang it up and outside of the fridge in your kitchen.
in
or
your
something?
kitchen.
Warren, that's a
anywhere
great
where you
question.
Anywhere where you have a well-ventilated area, where air is circulating, where it doesn't get stagnant. You're going to, if you go into any deli on the Lower East Side.
Well,
them
we're
hanging
here.
all the time,
We're
but that's
here.
see them
We're on
hanging.
the
That
Lower
was
East
more for
Side.
show.
No, they use those salamis.
They
They dry them out, and when the moisture evaporates, and you just get a richer flavored salami.
You're aging
Good
it. You're drying it.
You're drying it.
So
Same
how
thing
long?
with meat.
How long would you dry age it for?
It varies on the size of the product. So this is a 12-ounce product. I would tell you, depending on how well or how dry you like it, anywhere from 3 to 5 weeks. If
You take it out of the packaging.
you
of
take
course,
it, it
and
comes
hang
with a clear package, and the casing is permeable casing, so it breathes. Air gets in, air gets out, and it allows for the product to shrink down and makes for a great product.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
everyone's really excited about that. Stephen, what did you think, hey?
What that was delicious. Although I did know about drying salamis, I've often had 3 or 4 salamis drying. I have
Simultaneously.
I have a racket in the center of my kitchen, and I've had them hanging there. Yes, I've had them before.
Okay,
It's a lot of
fantastic.
fun.
Okay, and we got some other great products. You've got some turkey fries.
Right.
What do they call bacon?
Turkey fry. So this is, you know that we're related to the Israeli company Hud Golan.
Absolutely.
Abeles and Heymann and Hud Golan.
The height of good taste.
The height of good taste. Hud Golan came out with a brand new product. We introduced this product at Kosher Fest.
Yep.
It comes in a resealable package.
Oh, that looks so good.
So we
Okay,
can take
great.
these off.
Next batch is ready.
Next batch is ready. I'll ask you to help me while I prepare
Sure.
this.
Yeah, you. I'll take those off.
Okay. This
Okay. I'm actually cooking right here in Nachum's studio. He's going to be so excited. Maybe we
Nachum is always excited when he hears that we've been cooking in this
I
studio.
know, right? So long as we don't leave a mess.
Right. So the turkey fry comes in a 5-ounce package. It's a resealable package,
Oh, that's great.
and it's packaged using modern technology. We use modified atmosphere packaging, so it's not a vacuum package.
You do this in Israel?
This is
was
actually
done
produced in Israel. It
Fantastic.
takes about 2 weeks by boat to get here. Has an incredibly long shelf life. This is what the product looks like. You could, not that I know what bacon looks like, but from what I've been told, it's fairly similar, and it goes well on a grill. We could fry some up right now.
Oh, yeah. Come on.
Yes.
Not bad. We need some eggs.
We do need
Yes.
some eggs.
Oh, wow. That looks fantastic.
It does. So we'll try a couple of pieces. We'll see how they
Okay.
come out.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes. It's going to have a little apricot jam on it.
That you can't beat that.
Duck
Sweet
sauce.
duck sauce turkey fry. What could be worse? What could
I
be
know.
better?
Right. Okay. We're going to take that down. We'll put that
Okay.
away.
Would anyone
Okay.
like to try some more salami?
ZK's going to have.
Okay.
Did you have any
Please,
yet?
thank you.
Oh, ZK.
ZK's.
My request is from anyone who brings in food that ZK gets to eat too, because it's good.
If ZK says it's
Chewing
good,
away,
you want
I'm
this?
getting the thumbs up.
Enjoy.
Would you like a slice? She already had some. Excellent.
ZK, you want some more?
Okay. All right, so we're having a little salami fest here. This show is actually dedicated to meat. We're all meeting and greeting each other for the first time. I've been talking with Warren for the last, it must be 10 months that you and I started having communications with each other for the barbecue festival out there in Connecticut. And
Well,
right?
we met, I don't know if you remember.
Very briefly at the Long Island
At
one.
the Long Island, when I was competing at the Long Island Kosher Barbecue Championship with my team, Burnt Offerings. That's where we first
okay.
met.
Yes, correct.
And because of you, my team won for best team name.
Oh, really?
Out of
Yeah,
Long
I'm
Island.
happy. Yep.
Last year.
In
And then
2013.
2013. And then this year, we came in first in best beans, in the bean category.
Those beans were unreal. Unreal.
That
Okay.
was- that
I
was,
just got into this whole bean barbecue thing like very recently.
Well, that was, we have one of the guys on our team, his name is Greg David, and he's the master of everything beans. And we got a lot of ribbing from a lot of the other teams because of our beans. Ari White, especially.
Ari White.
was giving us a hard time about our beans, but we thoroughly enjoyed that, and that's where you and I first met, and then we've been talking on the phone ever since because
Right.
when Don and I got together and said, let's have this event, I said one of the first people we have to call is Naomi because she was so instrumental in everything you did, and the Long Island guys as well. But you were so great out there. We asked you to help us out because we didn't know what we were doing, and
my
and
pleasure.
You were huge. So with the help, so we've been over a year, over 2 years, close to 2 years we've known each other
Oh, wow.
through telephone calls and things like
Back
that.
and
So,
back and forth. And now it's actually come to fruition.
it's come to fruition.
So let's talk. It's this Sunday, September 7th.
Seventh. Yep.
And it starts at 11
11 a.m.
a.m.
That's
But
when
I
the
think
gates
I have to
open.
be there earlier, right?
You have to be there earlier.
Because I'm one of the judges.
You're one of our celebrity judges
Oh.
for the day.
Oy, oy,
So
oy.
that's going to be great. Last night, we had our meat preparation. So all the teams came to Fairfield, Connecticut last night
Okay.
to our synagogue, Bethel, in Fairfield, Connecticut. We should plug them, shouldn't we?
Absolutely.
We should
Oh,
plug them.
absolutely. Absolutely.
Without a doubt. And
What name the shul again?
Temple, Congregation Bethel,
Okay,
Fairfield,
great.
Connecticut.
Yep.
1200 Fairfield Wood Road, Fairfield, Connecticut.
Okay.
Right between the Merritt Parkway and I-95. Very, very easy to get to.
Right, but they'll be able to see that all on the website.
All on the website.
We have
Everything's
a
on the...
website and a Facebook page, so you can find all that information.
Okay, terrific. Because, that was one of my questions for later. Some of the ladies are listening to our show, but they're busy
Right.
making challah and potato kugel right now, so they can't write it down. This is what they tell me. I'm very excited.
So that's what's going on. The teams will show up Saturday night after Shabbos ends.
Okay, that's so late still, right?
No, 8:30.
It ends earlier now.
8:30.
Right, it's getting-
About 8:30.
By 8:30.
Okay.
And then they'll start preparations. The Hafkeh will show up as soon as they can
Right.
get here.
You're under strictly glut kosher certification by the Chafkei.
By the Hafkeh.
They were also the one in Long Island.
Yes, they were.
They have been so fantastic and so instrumental in helping give a real authentic glut kosher hechsher to this, that everyone feels comfortable, and they've been fabulous from what I understand from you and from the guys.
They've gone out of their way.
I'm so happy to hear that.
They really are. They've been very easy to work with. They've just bent over backwards with all of our requests. Just little things that we're not used to, that they're kind of guiding us towards. But it's been super working with them. It really has. And so shout out to the Hafkeh, because Rabbi Goldberg, who's going to be there, and Rabbi Ross and Rabbi Center, who runs the whole organization, they've just been phenomenal. And we're very happy to work with them.
Okay, very exciting.
So we've got that going on right now. We've got a lot of meat sitting in a giant walk-in outside our synagogue.
Yeah, I've been following the pictures and sharing the pictures on Facebook and
Sealed. It's
Sealed,
sealed up.
yeah,
It's sealed up.
yeah.
Hermetically sealed.
Hermetically sealed.
I love it.
And that will get opened again tomorrow when they. That'll get opened again on. Not tomorrow. That'll get opened again. That'll go open. No, Saturday night. It'll get opened up on Saturday night, and we'll take the meats out for the teams and all the prep work that they've already done. And
there's a kitchen. There must be a commercial kitchen there that they're all working from.
Everybody's going to prepare everything on their own grills. They last night, any teams that wanted to make their sauces did that in the synagogue kitchen.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about.
Yes.
There's a commercial synagogue kitchen.
Yes, they did that last night, but now the kitchen is off limits.
Okay.
There's nothing else going on in our kitchen except for anything our sisterhood needs to do for the event. But everything now that's going to be prepared is going to be prepared on the grills during the competition, starting tomorrow night after the Mashgiach lights the fires.
That's fantastic.
And
that's so
that's the way it is. And it's a level playing field. Everybody's using the same equipment. Everybody's using the same meats.
What kind of meats are you using?
Okay, we are.
So maybe we should talk about the different categories that
Sure.
will explain.
We have 4 categories. We have brisket. We have beef ribs.
Yum.
We have chili. Instead of beans, we're doing chili.
Chili, I like that. Okay, like cholent.
That was
Similar.
that again. I got to give a shout out to Ari White.
Oh,
because
Ari.
threw out. We said beans, and then Ari started doing a little Twitter back and forth between Ari and Mendel Segal out at the VOD in Kansas
Mendel
City.
Segal's been a guest
Rabbi
on this.
Q.
Oh, yes, he's been a guest on our radio show. In fact, we wanted to have joining us Mordechai Strix, who was one of the, I don't want to call it winners. He was one of the winners.
He's won.
He placed.
Uncle Morty and the Mitzvah Girls.
Right, he and his daughters, they placed in the Kansas City. They went out to Kansas City and they placed
Yep.
in...
They placed out in the Kansas City event, which was 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, August 16th.
August 15th, 16th, somewhere in
I
there.
know, I really wanted to go to that.
And I've been talking with Mendel about that. But and Mendel wanted to compete, but he's off to Israel for a wedding. So
Oh, how nice.
So
That's-
good for
you
Mendel.
Can't,
No, you can't.
argue with that one.
So they started. Mendel and Ari started this whole thing a couple months ago, and actually more than that. Last fall they started, and so we decided to change it from beans to chili because they
love
were
it.
arguing about who has the best chili. Then the Fairfield Fire Department got involved. They're going to have a
don't
team.
firemen love to make chili?
Yes, they do.
That's like a thing.
So they're now talking to everybody how their chili, their firehouse chili, is going to be better than anyone else's. And then Greg David, who I'm not competing, but he's on my team Burnt Offerings, he's saying no one's going to take his title away from him. So he's now getting involved.
I see a little bit of egos involved here.
Guys, barbecue fire egos, really?
Yeah, right.
Can I ask a question?
Sure,
How do they
Seth.
find, like, if the firemen are participating, and I'm sure when the firemen do it in the firehouse, they do not necessarily use kosher ingredients. How do they find working with kosher ingredients? Are they
Seth,
able to?
That was a great question.
Thank you.
Yeah, very good.
They've been.
done
I'm
well.
curious.
Yeah, no, it's
How
a great
they-
question.
you know?
That is a good
Yeah.
question.
It's funny. They came in last night. They've been actually emailing us. They've actually been emailing Rabbi Goldberg at the Huff K
That's so
about their
cute.
ingredients that they can bring. And one of the firemen actually said when they looked at all the ingredients they typically use, they noticed that everything in the firehouse was kosher.
Oh, that's so
Interesting.
cute.
You know,
Yeah,
they
nice.
buy it at the store and they looked at, well, this is kosher. This is kosher. They're bringing all their spices, so they find that it was very easy. We'll find out actually when they actually have to put the ingredients together tomorrow night and they get their fire going, get their chili made. We'll find out how it is tomorrow night. So, but they assure me that they're okay using it, and they said the only thing that they won't have in their chili that they normally put in the firehouse is a little cheese, and they realize that they can't do that, but they're okay with it.
Okay,
So-
that's
Maybe they'll find some vegetarian cheese. Or
yeah, it doesn't quite do it.
They're but they're laying low, but they are they're very confident. Firemen usually are a very confident group.
Okay, well, we'll wait and see,
So
right?
you'll have to
I'll
let
be
us
the
know.
judge.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we actually have another celebrity judge here, right? Sitting in our studio
Yes.
right here on the Lower East Side.
Thank you.
Hi, Stephen.
Hello.
I can't. Stephen's a little bit away from me here. I'm gonna just move so I can see you.
Okay.
I like to talk
problem.
face to face. How you doing?
Fine, thank you.
Okay, Stephen and I met very recently at the Long Island Kosher Barbecue Competition. We
Yes,
had a
we did.
blast.
Sure.
And we're going to talk a little bit more about the Connecticut one in a couple of minutes.
Okay.
Okay, let's talk. How did Stephen is wearing a yellow cape, a red suit. He has a picture of ribs going across his logo on his T-shirt, and it says Fleish Gordon. When did this come up? When did you get these
When did this come
superpowers?
up?
When did your superpowers develop? When did you
Well,
know you had these superpowers?
You know what? I think it came out. I would say it was about now 4 years ago, 2010, at the third time that I traveled to Memphis for their kosher barbecue competition. I started in 2008, and I, couldn't bring anything with me and traveling by plane. I get off the plane, I go to compete. I just get my ingredients, and it was, I enjoyed competing, but I didn't have any presence, no fancy name. I was just Steven Weinberger. I went a second time. I took my my father-in-law with me. We had a little more fun, and for 2010, I brought the entire family with me to Memphis.
Oh, that's cool. You
and
flew there?
what?
Or you drove or you flew?
We drove, yes.
See, kosher food traveling. We traveled to eat kosher food.
Yes, 2 adults, 5 kids in a minivan, 17 hours of driving. It's a blast.
Oh my God, my kids would have killed each other.
But there were things to do in Tennessee along the way. There's
Right.
plenty of interesting things to do. And for that trip, I decided we were going to have fun. We were going to be Fleish Gordon and his beefy bunch.
I love
Each
it.
of my kids and my wife have uniform shirts. I'm the only one with the cape because I'm Fleish Gordon. We have Princess Paprika. We have Beanie. We have the Ribster. Each of my kids got a name for the event, and we
Fabulous.
And I competed, and I. This time I couldn't build a booth. Still can't carry a booth on an airplane flight from New York to Memphis, but we at least had a presence. And
Fantastic.
since then, I've been going to barbecue events in costume. I was invited to the Long Island event for all, what is it now, 3 of their years.
Right.
I've been invited to other barbecue events, and if I'm going to go as Fleish Gordon. I've had some small measure of fame. My picture's been in a number of books about barbecue. I've been on websites. I have an article up on CNN, and the whole world can see my family and I in costume.
It's
So
fantastic. It's so brave of them.
people search for kosher barbecue. There's a good chance that my picture will show up on Google. So
That's
now
so
I have to
huge
go in uniform.
that you have to go in uniform.
Absolutely.
Okay, you didn't come here on the subway in the uniform.
No.
did you?
No.
'Cause it's New York, anything goes, man.
Yeah, no,
The
no.
subway down the Lower East Side. Come on.
No. I changed. Although it would have been nice to wear the shorts on the way here because it's pretty hot outside. But
Right, beautiful,
Anyway.
beautiful. We've had quite a hot week. I think it was hotter this week than the whole summer.
yes,
Right, I was in Australia in July, which was winter.
Right.
It was in the 60s and 70s. And I was waiting. I couldn't see on my iPhone the front of my house. I have like a video camera thing, and I was waiting to see if my grass was going to turn yellow from the heat. But it wasn't so hot, so we didn't have so much rain. So we had more. No, we had a lot of rain at night or something. There was a bunch of rainstorms.
We had a couple of storms here.
We had a couple of storms, but no big chamsin, as they say.
Right.
Right.
So okay, great. Well, I hope it's going to be really hot on Sunday, right? Do we know the weather for 2
Hot
days?
and sunny.
Hot and sunny? Great. Well, like the rest of the week.
It
Fantastic.
never rains
Yes.
for barbecue.
Really?
Never.
Never.
Never
Your
rains.
mouth to God's ears.
We have someone watching over us of blessed memory, Marvin Rembo.
Amen. Yes.
So sorry, closer to the mic.
Closer to the microphone,
So
yeah.
Marvin's looking out for us, and it never rains when there's a barbecue competition because of Marvin.
I love that. Marvin was a guest here, sat in one of these seats right before he passed away. We were talking about the Long Island barbecue competition, and he was just as passionate, excited about what was coming up in the next couple. I think it was 2 weeks. Time back in that day, back 2013.
Last year.
It was last year,
Yeah.
so it was really. Yeah, so it's quite a shock, and I see that his memory's been carried out through every single barbecue competition, right? Like he's just become synonymous with kosher barbecue.
And he was really the impetus for all of it. I mean, he went down to Memphis and saw that, and he was a big foodie, and then he brought it back to Long Island, and he got the Long Island started. And after speaking with him and then competing, and then we decided to do it, and it was because you have now these competitions all over the country. North Carolina, Chicago, kosher barbecue competitions.
In North Carolina.
Charlotte, North Carolina.
Kansas City.
Just
That's
had their
huge.
event.
That's a huge
Chicago
Las
just
Vegas.
had their event. Las Vegas,
Vegas.
Texas,
San Antonio.
Do you get to go, Stephen, to all of these?
I try to, but unfortunately, schedule doesn't always permit.
Right. Seth, and are we getting the hot dogs out to these competitions?
To a number of them we have. I know that we sent out hot dogs to the KC Kansas City barbecue. And from what I understand, it was a very successful event. And I just find it so amazing. I'm in the kosher food industry for over 20 years, and there's just been such an explosion of growth in variety. It's not, it's not what you used to eat 20 years ago. It's what you're eating now, and there's so much variety, and there's so many places that you can go to and get so many different styles and types of food and kosher, and it's just incredible, and it's great for our community. It's great for the community at large.
Yes, it's brilliant. You are listening to Table for Two with Naomi Nachman on the Nachum Segal Network. Our show is sponsored by
Abeles and Heymann. We taste better.
Okay, well done. We got this down to a science now after so many shows together.
And I think we have the turkey fry ready.
Turkey
if you
fry
want to try
ready.
It.
Okay, we're going to try some turkey fry in a little bit. Seth is going to cut that up. Just a word, Cole from Cole Foods, spelled K-O-L, Cole Foods, puts glut kosher meat and ethics on the same plate. Cole Foods makes sure its meat is in harmony with nature, neighbours and tradition, all the way from farm to fork. Their beef and lamb are 100% grass-fed and grass-finished all the time, and none of their meats or animals are injected with hormones. And the results are both humane and delicious. Try their lamb chops and ribs, and I'm sure you will agree. For more information, colefoods.com. Okay. Yes, I have a question. We have a question over here.
Talking about Marvin Rembo in terms of
Sure.
being the inspiration behind these festivals. And as a tribute to his memory, we have an award that we're going to be presenting at our competition, the Marvin Rembo People's Choice Award. And we have the privilege of having his wife and his daughters come to present.
That's really nice.
So really
beautiful.
And this is what makes these festivals so great, is that it is barbecue, but it's beyond barbecue. It's about, from my perspective and our perspective, Warren's and mine, rallying the community, whether it's our congregation in Fairfield or the entire Jewish community in the New York area, Connecticut. But it's also remembering those that were the inspiration, who had the drive to do things of this nature, okay, which carries on.
I think that's really fantastic. And what I like about all these barbecue festivals, from whatever city you're from, you're all connected to each other.
Correct.
It's like a food world. You've got your own. I know I have this food blogger world that I've just become a part of, the Kosher Connection, and even before that I'll talk about some of my new friends through the food blogging world. But I see that you've got your own subculture.
And Warren, I just want to
Sure.
say one point, but more so, Warren has been our inspiration in driving this, okay? And so I would like Warren to share in terms of some of the connectivity he had, but I did want to say this so I don't forget it. To your point, it's become a network, and the most important thing I want to say is we've shared learnings from all the other competitors, whether it was Mendel, whether it was Long Island Competition, Atlanta. They were more than happy, more than willing. We would call them up and say, listen, we want to sell food, or we want to get the entertainment scheduled together. What are your thoughts around it? They have been great. Sorry, Warren, go right ahead. No, please.
Warren, did you want to say something?
No, to what you were saying about the subculture. We've all become very good friends. We're all in regular contact with each other. I must speak to Mendel out in Kansas City once or twice a week, or we're online chatting about it, he's debriefing him about what his competition was just about, and he was saying the greatest things about the hot dogs. People out there love the Abeles and Heymann hot dog. They don't get them out in Kansas City, and he said they were off. He said they were one of the first things gone out there.
Right. So I think we have one location out there, the KC Co-op. I think
that's so cute.
But he said people just loved your product.
Mendel sent me a Twitter saying he wanted to get in touch with Seth directly, just saying how much he loved the Abeles and Heymann out there.
Right. So between Mendel and then you've got the guys in Long Island, and then Brian Mailman down in Atlanta with the Atlanta Kosher. We were without them, and we wouldn't be where we are today. We have over 100 volunteers. We have 13 different committees. But what we're creating from this whole thing is we're now getting a schedule together. We're all going to meet at some point, whether we meet online. And I was talking to Fleish Gordon about this a little while ago. We're all going to get together have a big barbecue just for us.
Can I come?
We'll let you know when it is. You're invited.
Too. I'm coming.
We don't know.
I want to be invited too.
We're putting something together.
Seth and I go on a road
whether we
trip
do
with
it in
you guys.
Kansas City or whether we do it, we don't know where we're doing it, but we're going to do
My
something.
backyard sounds fine.
Your
you know.
backyard's great.
Okay,
We're
great.
down a venue, but we're going to get together as an organization, and we really are going to create a kosher barbecue. Similar to what Kansas City Barbecue Society does, we're going to create a kosher barbecue society.
I think that's absolutely fantastic. Where other people can join in too.
We want this to expand out to everybody, but we want to have a set of rules. We want to be able to certify our own judges. As you know, a lot of the judges who are Kansas City Barbecue Society judges.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
We can't. If you're kosher, it's very hard to become a certified Kansas City barbecue judge because obviously you have to taste pork.
Right, we can't do that.
You can't become certified unless they don't have a kosher sanctioning, which we're trying to get. And it's not that they're adverse to it; they just don't know how to do it. So we figure we'll start our own.
Okay, I love it.
We'll come up with our own rules and using similar stuff to them. And Kansas City Barbecue Society is very anxious for us to do that because they want to incorporate us in, so kind of make us a subset of the Kansas City Barbecue Society.
That's so fantastic, right?
I think that's a great idea.
I know,
that
right?
You're connecting each other communities with food.
And that's what we do best, right?
That's what we do best, and then getting people certified to be judges in our
I'll be
categories.
first online for that certification.
Yeah,
Stephen, I'm coming with you.
There we
okay?
go.
We'll take the course.
We'll do the course together.
No, I think Stephen, you're giving the course.
So-
I'll take the course.
Fine.
We're looking at doing that, and we're going to probably meet sometime in the fall. We're going to get it all together after our event. Our event is the last one on the calendar,
Right, for
the year for 2014.
And who's the first of 2015? Do we know?
Right now?
I want to mark it down.
Well, New Jersey hasn't announced their date yet.
Okay. That they did a small one last year?
They've never done one, to my understanding. I don't think New Jersey has done one.
I thought I saw something. Maybe it was just a small little short group or something.
They had also scheduled for September 7th, but I'm not quite sure why they were not able to get it going for this year. But they have it scheduled for sometime in the spring.
Lovely.
Down in Montvale, New Jersey, and hopefully
they don't have you.
Because they don't have us.
That's
hopefully,
right.
I want to compete at
All
that
three of
event.
you.
I want to compete at that event. And then after that, Atlanta is going in the spring. They had to take a year off because of construction down there at their synagogue.
Right, yeah, they missed their this. Who were those guys? What was their name they won? Were they Grill into
Grill
Fillin'?
into Fillin'.
The Grill into Fillin'. That's like you
These
said.
are the greatest names, by the way.
Just give a shout out to some of the other names. We know
Okay, we've
Rabbi
got-
Q.
Well, Rabbi Q. We've got Wandering Q, which is Ari White.
Mordechai is
Uncle Morty and the Mitzvah Girls.
because he has two daughters. Okay,
Then
who
we
else?
have OU got to taste that Q.
Oh, very cute.
We've got the Mob. We can't forget about the Mob.
Didn't they win?
The
they won
Mavens
something.
of Barbecue. They won Long Island.
Right.
They were the grand champions, and because they were grand champions, part of the whole thing is there's no prize money involved in this yet. Maybe
It's
one day
bragging
they will.
rights.
But bragging rights. But they got free entry into our competition, and the winner of our competition will get free entry into any of the other competitions they want to go to.
Oh, that's really
part of
cute.
the whole thing. All the competitions do that. So we've got the Mavens of Barbecue, the Mob. We've got Breaking Barbecue.
I like Breaking Bad. Okay, cute.
Breaking Barbecue. They're phenomenal. So those are just some of the names. Holy Smoke is a new entry to our event. So they're one of the local synagogues in Connecticut.
Is it open to professionals or is it restricted to?
You know, Seth, that's a great question.
Yeah.
Actually, it's backyard
No,
grillers.
good.
It's backyard grillers and anyone that's a professional.
So my neighbour next door who loves to smoke, a shout out to my neighbour Yuri Gelbtak. He loves to smoke.
We'd love to have them next year.
Briskets?
Yeah, but
Okay.
we have a team that was on Barbecue Pitmasters this year on the Discovery Channel.
Oh, that's so cool.
And it's the DTS Harlem Express barbecue team out of Harlem. Howard Daly is his name, DJ Howie, and not only is he cooking, he's going to be a part-time DJ for us at the event as well.
Oh, we
now
have to talk about
these guys were on Barbecue Pitmasters. It doesn't get any bigger than being on Barbecue Pitmasters. And
competitive as,
one of their teammates, he's not coming with them, but Mo Kaysen, who is just known in the barbecue. He's one of the biggies in the barbecue world. So and it's a new experience for DJ Howie. because he has his own equipment. He has his own smoker. And they travel. When they travel, they have a caravan.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Trailers and smokers. And now he's got to go back to basics and do it all on a Weber kettle,
right,
just like everybody else.
Right.
So the
playing field is even.
Absolutely even.
Yeah.
The teams can bring their own spices as long as they're sealed.
And the mashgiach checks each spice.
Yep.
So,
But
they're
that's
actually not
where-
bringing the firemen's from their cabinet. They've actually had to buy brand new.
Right. But
want to clarify
that's where
that.
the individual aspect comes into play.
Uh-huh.
And developing the different flavor profiles, because each team will do things very different. Ari White, he has this very complex and absolutely amazing 12-season rub that he puts on his briskets. They're fantastic. I use a very simple salt and pepper and a little bit of instant coffee on mine.
There you go. Instant coffee. Oh,
Instant
man.
coffee for coloring, but it also gives it a little bit of flavor. So now you taste the two, and there's very different, but you're going to get different flavor profiles out of all of them. Some teams will use very hot peppers. I'm sure you tasted that when you were judging. And so it's a very individual thing, and it's wonderful because that's what makes it so fantastic. It's like your salamis here.
Cognac salami.
Cognac salami. Wonderful flavor profile there. So the teams really get involved in that whole aspect of it. And then watching what the teams are going to be doing with the chicken this year, because we're not just using chicken thighs, we're using chicken thighs and legs. So it's going to give the teams
I like
an
that
option
better.
to either lollipop them or pull them, or however they want to prepare them. And
I love the lollipop chicken.
The lollipop chicken's amazing.
That's great.
Watching teams do that. And again, everything is being done on a 22.5-inch Weber kettle over lumped charcoal.
So it's back to the basics.
Back to the
basics. No fancy barbecue machines. I love it.
Nope.
Can we just switch gears for a little bit and talk about the entertainment as well? Because I think that's really important. You're coming out with your families. You're able to buy food as well, which I think is incredible, because I don't think there's enough. They're not barbecuing enough for everybody to come and taste everything. There will be some samples, from what I believe, but you need to feed the family. You're coming out. I'm coming from a Long Island. My kids want to know that Ari White's going to be serving his pulled brisket sandwiches.
Absolutely. Ari White's going to be there, and we're going to also be serving all kosher. It'll be hamburgers, hot dogs,
all fresh.
ices, all fresh.
Nothing prepackaged.
Nothing prepackaged.
All fresh barbecue for you to purchase.
Absolutely.
As well. And will there be entertainment as well?
Yeah, I mean, when you look at it, this is going to be an exciting event. You've got the competitors in the back,
Okay.
in our lot, and in the front you've got Ari. You've got all the cooking stations. We have an artisans market, craft fair, where we're going to have over 40.
Oh, so there's a
vendors.
craft fair
Absolutely.
as well. So it's really just something for everybody.
Absolutely.
Even if you have a kid who's a vegetarian, just schlep them along. And
Correct.
yeah, I can't imagine.
We've got veggie burgers. We've got Ari White is smoking some vegetables as well.
Oh, that's
Yes.
that's great.
Then we've got all the crafters. Then as far as the entertainment, we've got Lang Tan, and she's doing a whole thing. She's starting off with Israeli dance. She's doing an hour of Israeli dance, basic and then more advanced Israeli dance.
Fantastic.
We have this is great for our event. We have the Silver Steel Pan Band, a 16-piece steel pan band out of Bridgeport, Connecticut, coming to the event.
Fantastic.
Rumor has it they have learned and will be performing for the very first time Hava Nagila on the steel pans.
I cannot wait to see that.
So they're fantastic. And then we have a I can't remember the names of them, but we have New England's only two-man magic. I can't remember the name, but the only two-man magic show for kids.
Right.
Then we have RCA, which is a music school out of Trumbull, Connecticut, and the teachers at the RCA school will their band will be performing as well. We have kids from our Hebrew school. We have the Rock Gods.
Oh, okay, cute.
Performing.
Love it.
And then to finish off the afternoon, we have the Matt DeChamplain Jazz Trio.
Oh, I love jazz.
And
I'm
they're
going to stick
finishing
around
up.
for
They're
that.
going to take the stage about 4:30, 4:45, and go till about 6 o'clock. They're an amazing jazz trio. Check out Matt DeChamplain online. You can download their music on iTunes. They're absolutely fantastic. And they're going to finish up our day. That's our entertainment. And then we're going to have, we've heard, we're still waiting to get confirmation, and as things happen, We're going to have a couple special visitors over the course of the day.
Okay,
we understand that Senator Blumenthal may be coming in.
Okay, wow. Is
We
that
also-
from Connecticut, right?
Connecticut,
Okay.
Senator Blumenthal.
You see, I'm such a New Yorker. I don't know.
Our local Congressman Chris Himes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we have First Selectman Town of Fairfield, Mike Tetro. He's going to be there.
Fantastic. Well, we look
And-
forward to a great day. I can't thank you guys for coming in. Can't believe that we're running out of a little bit of time here. I know the time goes very fast right here on Table for Two on the Nachum Segal Network. Our show is sponsored by...
Abeles and Heymann. We taste better.
I almost forgot the little shout out to yourself. Okay. All right, everybody. I just wanted to share something. Over the summer, I met up with the Kosher Connection, which is a bunch of ladies. I'm sorry that I left out Yosef Silva, I know, and some of the other guys, Alex from Kosherology. They are a group of bloggers who come together and meet, just like you guys meet up about meat, literally. So these people all talk together about food blogging, and they've got a food blogging conference coming up in November, so we'll be talking a lot more about that in the next couple of weeks. But I had a quick interview with them, and I wanted to play the interview. Will we be able to hear it? Okay, so I'm going to play the interview. This happened a couple of weeks ago. All right, you ready?
Hi, it's Naomi Nachman, the host of Table for Two. I'm actually sitting in Mason and Mug in Prospect Heights. Been here before. I've had an interview already with Sasha and Ita, the owners of this restaurant. It's really cool. It's like a wine and beer restaurant with small plates dining, and we just had a great afternoon here, Friday afternoon. I'm actually had the privilege of being asked to join the Kosher Connection gang, which hopefully I get to be a part of, hint, hint, girls. And so I'm sitting here. We've had a great time eating and drinking. Of course, you know me, lots of drinking. And I didn't have to drive thanks to Melinda Strauss of kitchen-tested.com, so she's going to drive us home. So I'm sitting here with the creator, developer of this brilliant idea of the Kitchen Connection, Kosher Connection, and she's going to talk to us about what that is. Hello, Sarah Klinkowitz.
Hey Naomi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Thank God, can't complain. Good friends, good food, can't complain.
Okay, good. So how you doing?
I'm good, thanks.
Been a busy summer.
Thank God, can't complain.
Okay, how did this Kosher Connection come together?
The Kosher Connection came together. It was an idea that I actually took from my graphic designer who helped me build my blog. His name is Russell Van Kruyenberg of Chasing Delicious. And I noticed that every blog post that he put up, he had 20, 30, 40 comments. And I noticed that he was getting a lot of repeat people coming back to his posts and commenting. And I asked him, how do you do it? Like, you know, what's your secret? And he explained to me that he and a few other bloggers were all part of a group. They have an international group, and they Skype and they chat and they call each other, and sometimes they travel to visit each other, and they really make a point of supporting each other. If one blogger knows that they want to post a certain thing, the other bloggers make sure that they don't post it, so that person gets all the spotlight for that post.
It's really nice.
Yeah, so they work really hard just to promote each other. And I said, you know, like, I really wish that we had something like that. And he said, well, why don't you? Why don't you just go for it? So at this point, I was still only on Twitter. I wasn't on Facebook yet. And I brought the idea to Jamie Geller. And
Love Jamie.
Gotta love
Tamar
Jamie.
and
gotta love
Shifra
Tamar
as well.
Absolutely.
The whole gang there at Joy of Kosher.
It wouldn't exist without them, and they basically took the idea and ran with it, and we worked on it, developed it into the monthly, the link-ups and the weekly roundups, where each week we post. Basically, we're bragging on ourselves each week in our group what we posted. And
I love it.
To make sure that we all comment and support each other. That's really the main focus.
So I'm really sitting with the food bloggers support group, right?
Yeah.
We support each other.
Really, basically what the Kosher Connection is about 15 of the most serious, most accomplished, strictly kosher food bloggers. Some of our bloggers have been featured in Huffington Post. Most of the bloggers have pictures that were accepted by, who is a food gawker?
Yeah.
BuzzFeed, Food Gawker, all of the sites that everybody wants to get their food pictures on. Taste Spotting. There are so many, I can't even say. Some of our bloggers have even been featured on local television. Some of us have even interviewed world-famous chefs. So for a group of bloggers that is strictly kosher, I think this is really saying quite a lot.
Well, it's been an amazing privilege to sit with you guys. There's quite a few of us here. And I'm going to go round the table here at Mason and Mug. Great place for a Motzei Shabbos date night as we leave the summer and push into these short, earlier Shabbos. They'll start be opening. They will start to be open Motzei Shabbos. But I'm just going to go around the room, around our table, and I'm sitting with here, and they're going to just speak for like a minute on their blog and what it's about, and exciting things they've got coming up for, I hate to say it, Rosh Hashanah, because it's really soon.
Hi, it's Melinda Strauss from kitchen-tested.com. My blog is all about experimenting with new ingredients and just having a great time in the kitchen and just trying new things. I do not have plans yet for Rosh Hashanah, and now I'm kind of freaking out about it. So I don't know what I'm doing yet, but it's going to be good. I can promise you that.
Okay, I'm sitting here also. You know what? I'm going to give you guys the microphone. You're just going to pass it around. Every once in a while, we'll just tap on it to make sure it's still going. Okay.
Hi, it's Connie Applebaum from Busy in Brooklyn. I definitely have some great, exciting things coming up for Rosh Hashanah, using seasonal ingredients like, fresh figs and traditional things like apples and honey. And I really love incorporating those type of things and deconstructing traditional foods that we eat as Jews and putting my own modern twist on it. So I'm excited to show you what I have in store.
I'm Melissa of Little Miss Cakes. I'm one of the few dessert bloggers of the group. I bake cakes, cookies, and Naomi says I'm so skinny. I promise you I eat everything I make. So you could find me on the web, look up my cakes, and I should have some delicious Rosh Hashanah pastries coming your way.
Okay, passing it right along. Okay. Yep.
Hi, I'm Ronnie Fine. I have
the microphone here.
Just talk right here.
Oh, I thought I was supposed to look at the photo.
No.
Okay.
Just talk.
Ronnie Fine. I have a blog called Kitchen Vignettes at ronniefine.com. And my mission is to make modern American food kosher, because it's entirely possible these days. You don't have to go only have traditional food. I'll be having lots of modern kosher recipes for the holidays coming up.
And we have Tamar Genger here. You got to get a little bit of an extra shout out for joyofkosher.com, Jamie and you and Shifras. You've done an incredible job at the Joy of Kosher, between their website, the magazine, Jamie's cookbooks, just everything. So
Yeah, so
thank you for helping Sarah
get this all together.
all up and running, because she's been amazing. Okay, that's okay.
Yeah, so I'm Tamar Genger, and I run the website as my main position, but I also am involved in everything else that we do. In addition, my focus is health and nutrition. That's my background, and so when you talk about like what's coming up, we have a lot coming up on Joy of Kosher from all of our different contributors, and I'm working on a bunch of kind of healthy, high holiday focused articles.
We need that.
And also I'm really into honey this year. I was just talking about that. I've got a bunch of different honey companies I'm working with, and getting some new different kinds of flavored honeys, but not naturally flavored, not artificially.
Oh, fabulous.
So I'm very excited about exploring that more and making some new recipes and sharing those. And then we have a lot of other exciting things coming up, a lot of content. Yep, so we got a lot of stuff coming up. Starting really next week, we'll have like almost every week at least one going on. So yeah, it's really good. Really exciting.
Thank you so much, ladies, for inviting me to be part of this group today. I've had a great time. The food here has been a lot of yummy, delicious fresh salads and some fish. So definitely come down to Mason and Mug. Bit of a drive from the 5 towns where Melinda and I live, but all our listeners come from everywhere. So check it out. And you can follow all these ladies on the websites, Instagrams and Twitters and Facebook pages. Okay, thanks, guys.
And that was a fantastic interview with the fantastic ladies, of a few of the fantastic ladies. The Kosher Food Group, the Kosher Connections food blogging group is quite large, probably about 20 different bloggers. So I had a great time with those ladies that afternoon. Here we are on the Lower East Side on this Friday, talking with a great crew. I've got Seth Leavitt from Abeles and Heymann, and I've got the whole crew, well, the co-executive chairmans from you guys can say it because I'll fluff it.
Don Sharbin, Warren Rockmacher, Southern New England Kosher Barbecue Championship and Festival.
And we've got celebrity judge, and I don't even know, character, real life superhero character, Fleish Gordon. Kosher superhero Fleish Gordon, aka Stephen Weinberger, joining us here in the studio. We're now going to break for our What's for Dinner segment, sponsored by our dear friends at Gourmet Glatt. I chose this recipe specifically because this is all about meat today. It's called a 16-hour smoky oven roasted ribs. I don't know how to smoke. I would need a whole lesson coming out to you guys and learning how to do it. And, you know, it's just too complicated for me to... No, he's saying no. It is not so complicated. I could learn. He's giving me the thumbs up. Thank you, Warren, for that vote of confidence. But sometimes, you know, you want to throw some ribs together. And it is a bit of an art form to make these fabulous overnight smoking ribs. But I wanted something that was quick and easy for a mum to throw together for Shabbos lunch. That sounds so different and, you know, delicious. So I thought I was tweaking different recipes. So I got a 5-pound rack of ribs from Gourmet Glatt. I then I put it in the bottom of a large roasting pan. I then took 2 tablespoons of Dijon mustard and some olive oil and some liquid smoke. I know that's probably like going to give you guys a little heart attack over there, but it really gave it a nice smoky flavour. Not quite the real thing. The guys are giggling, but it's really good, these ribs. a teaspoon of kosher salt, some crushed black pepper, teaspoon of paprika, onion powder, cumin, tons of fresh crushed garlic. Make a paste out of all of that and rub it all over your ribs. Let it sit at room temperature for a good hour. Then I take a cup of ketchup and a couple of red wine by our friends at Royal Wines. Any bottle of red wine unfinished in your house, or you can just open up a bottle and finish it up on Shabbat. So you make a mixture, you pour that, like I'm going to call it the gravy almost. Pour that over the ribs and put it at the oven for about an hour and a half at 350. And then take it out of the oven right before Shabbos. It's now partially cooked. You put it right before lich benching. You put it in the oven at 200 degrees. So at about 7 o'clock, you put it in the oven and you take it out for lunch the next day. It's an alternative to cholent, is having this big rack of smoked ribs. It is, okay, liquid smoked ribs. How about that, guys? And it is absolutely delicious. I actually put it on a nice carving board, and I put a knife and fork, and people can actually carve off and shred off some of the pieces. It is soft like butter. Don't want to make that analogy, meat and milk together, but it is absolutely fantastic. And I served it. I actually made 2 different kinds of coleslaw to have with it, because to me, ribs and coleslaw are just so good together. So you can do a marinade coleslaw, or you can do a one with mayonnaise, or you can pick one up at Chapanash, at Gourmet Glatt, or your favorite takeout store. I actually have this recipe on my website under my recipe blog, and I also have a picture of what it looks like before and after. I'm going to maybe hold that up to the screen for those of you who can see the before and after shot. Was that good, ZK? So that is an absolutely fantastic dish. It's been a big hit in the 5 towns. A lot of people have been making it when I put it in the newspaper. So thank you, Gourmet Glatt, for sponsoring. And now a word from Cole Foods. Cole Foods, spelled K-O-L, puts Glatt kosher meat and ethics on the same plate. Cole Foods makes sure its meat is in harmony with nature, neighbours and tradition all the way from farm to fork. Their beef and lamb are grass-fed all the way and grass-finished all the way through. None of their animals are injected with hormones, and the results are both humane and delicious. Try their ribs or chicken fillets. For more information, colefoods.com. So guys, we've had a very meaty day today, very meaty discussion. Real toughness on meat today. I can't thank you all enough for coming in. I know that the guys want to give a little bit of a shout out to some of their supporters. I don't know if you want to take that away with you,
Yes, if
Ron.
you don't mind, Naomi. Thank
Yeah,
you very much
please.
for having us here
You've got
today.
about
It was
1
great.
minute.
You got it. So I just wanted to mention we also have a raffle, and we're raffling off Big Yankee Legend Suite tickets, as well as a Primo ceramic grill, amongst others.
Maybe
But-
you can win a ceramic grill.
Maybe I can win a ceramic grill. I would like that.
And they serve the Abeles and Heymann hot dogs at Legends Lounge, by the way.
Absolutely.
Oh, really? Oh, my gosh, yes.
Perfect,
I had some
perfect.
at the Giants. Do you sell to the Giants game?
Yes.
I had some at the Giants game.
and I'd just like to make mention of the charities, because this is an event where we're supporting the charities. So we've got the UJ Federation of Fairfield County, Mikey's Way, the Firefighters Association, as well as Operation Hope. 2 free. All you got to bring is 2 free cans of food, free entry.
Oh, that is absolutely fantastic. Well, thank you so much for joining us.
Can
Seth?
I add one last thing?
One last thing from Seth.
On Facebook, we are very close to having 3,000 fans. And when we hit that 3,000 number, we are going to be giving away a prize. And I know you had mentioned that you wanted to open.
Yes, so Seth, for our opening 1 minute, we've got a giveaway. If you want to win anything, meat provisions from Abeles and Heymann, email me, Naomi, at NachumSegal.com, and you'll be in the drawing in a couple of weeks. Seth will come and announce the winner, and he'll ship that off to you, as well as an apron from Table for Two, which I'm presenting to all our guests today. So I gave one to Seth, but I'm giving one to the guys from the Connecticut and our celebrity judges. So thank you for coming in today. And
Remember to like us on Facebook.
remember to
Abeles and Heymann.
Abeles and Heymann. And don't forget, like them on Instagram.
Yes.
At Abeles and Heymann. This is Table for Two with Naomi Nachman on the Nachum Segal Network. We have music sponsored by our friends at Kedem, right up to Lech Benching. Hope to see you all on Sunday in Connecticut. Shabbat Shalom, everybody. See you next week.